Hello everyone, my name is Denis Prue. The presentation today will be on the Alcatel Lucent service portal for Layer 3 VPN provisioning. The service portal is a web-based application that sits on top of the 5620 SAM. It uses the same interface as the OSS application, the XML interface of the 5620 SAM. The service portal is a web-based application, and we can develop in the service portal any application that are similar to OSS application. For example, service monitoring application, custom provisioning for layer 2, layer 3 VPN, reports, application reports with the RAM product, the ESM architecture, migration, troubleshooting, and so on. The presentation today is going to focus on the custom provisioning for layer 3 VPN. The service portal is a custom application. We put the customer rules in the service portal as per their architecture. It's low cost, time to market, simplify operator workflow, and turnkey quality application. So let's go to the demo and I'll show you how the provisioning of a layer 3 VPN on a network, how simple it is. So we launched the provisioning web-based application. And the first thing I'll ask you is for user authentication. Once you log into the portal, it knows who you are. There might be an agreement statement that you're logging into the portal that you can put in as a banner. And as you can see, the menus here are customized to whatever the customer would like to have in the portal. But basically, you can manage your customers, you can manage your network, you can manage your services. You can create service rules that are IP for IP VPNs or layer 2 VPNs. You can manage your users, and there's system administration task on if you want to see who did what in the portal, when, what actions were performed for security measures, and so on. At the top here, it shows you who logged into the portal, web admin. That's how I'm logged in. You can change the settings of the web admin, you can change the password, and you can log out. So let's just start by listing the customers. So if we look at the customers in this application here, there are quite a bit of services created and customers on that interface. And right now the service portal is retrieving from the 5620 SAM all the customers that have been defined, and all the services can be listed from them. So from the top you can see there's 198 customers. Network, same idea. Network, you can list your tunnels, you can list your network routers. So there's routers and there's tunnels. You can manage those within the portal. But the focus of today is basically provisioning layer 3 VPN. So let's go and services, and we're going to ignore the layer 2, but we're going to go to layer 3 IP VPNs. As you can see, there's a function here, create IP VPN. When you launch this, as you can see on the top, it's a very simple process creating a layer 3 VPN on the IP MPLS routers. Basically, you create the VPN service, then you select a port and layer 3 interface on the network. Now you can select one by one, or you can select a multiple L3 interfaces at one time. So let's go and create a layer 3 VPN. So first thing you need to do is select a customer. So when I'm selecting the customer, it goes to 5620 SAM and it looks for a customer called Denis. You hit submit, it finds one, and you select it. Now the customer has been filled in, and now you would give it a service name. So we call it purple. So this is a VPN, will be purple. Same thing here. Continue. Now it brings you to the second step, to select the port. As you can see, it's highlighted in blue here. If I put the cursor on the services tab, it actually shows me everything that I selected in the previous step. So the customer was Denis Prue, and the service was purple, description purple. So let's select a port. When you select a port, the portal, same idea, will fetches all the routers in the network that if you didn't put a filter in, it will show you which ones are available. For this demo here, I'm going to pick router 46 and 47. So let's start with 46. I select the router. Then I'm going to go and select the port. that applies to, so I'm going to pick an Ethernet port, Q&Q, select that one, 113. And now the information is put into the portal. Port 113, Q&Q with MTU. You can leave the form as is for the other features. These are all customer specific fields that the customer wanted to put in, but I can modify them. That will ensure that my VPN is unique within the SAPs with other people work on this network here. For the VPN configuration, very simple. You can pick mesh or you can pick hub and spoke. I'll leave it a mesh. You can let the service portal decide how to select the tunnel using the tunnel rules within the service portal, or you can use the one from the system. You specify a route distinguisher. I'll pick 288. And then you can specify the routing configuration. Same idea here. You can pick whatever routing information you would like to have in your PE. In this case, I can pick static. And in this case here, this customer also has multiple countries they're provisioning VPRNs on, so I'm going to select Asia and Middle East. The idea of the QoS, what bandwidth you want. So in this case here, we have different types of quality of services, and we can pick voice, gold, and so on and so on. So I hit continue. And it brings me to the second step, and same idea as before, if I put my cursor on the port here, it actually shows me all the fields that I've actually entered in the previous selection. So let's give the interface a name here. We'll call it PE1. You can cut and paste within the portal. So I select this, paste it in the description. You give it an IP address, 120.24.1. And we can go down and scroll what else needs to be selected. So we can select maximum CRs if I don't have the exact values. And I hit continue. Now it shows me all the configuration that I have selected, and same idea. If I put my cursor, if I start from the beginning here, services, this is what I've selected. Port, this is what I've entered. L3, this is what I've entered and selected. So anyways, I'm going to go at the end. I'm going to hit a create, and it's going to go and create the L3 VPN. The VPN has been created, and you'll see it be red because once it's provisioned, it has not been turned up. So if we want to turn this service up, what you need to do is you go in the SAPs, and you go in the view the SAP here, and there's a function called turn up. So if I say turn up, now it's actually going to put the state of the SAP in up. We go back to the service, and now it is up. So the VPN has been created. We're gonna go and update that service. So let's go back to purple service. We're gonna add another site. Adding another site is a bit simpler. So the first one, you're putting a bit more information on the VPN. But when you're adding another site, you add an L3 interface. It will actually copy all the VPN information, like the route description, the RDs, the import-export policies, and so on. So the only thing we need to select now when we add a site is really the port. So we pick a port, and I'm going to pick a different router. So let's list all the routers there. I'll pick router 47 instead of 46. And on that router 47, I'm going to pick 113. It's another Q&Q. And as you notice now, some of the information has been propagated automatically in the form. I can still specify specific things there on the VLAN if I want a specific VLAN, but if you notice, the route distinguisher has been assigned, and so too with the routing configuration and the QoS. So some of the default has been pre-selected for us. We hit continue, and now it says please enter the L3 information. So this is PE2, so we just put a bit of description here. PE2, we give it a different IP address for P2, and all the rules have been entered for the customer. So let's pick max QoS, and we hit continue, and now it's ready to create the add the other site to the VPN purple. So we're going to hit the add button, and same idea here. It creates everything in the 5620 SAP. You can view the SAP. It's going to be down, and then you can go and turn it up, turn the SAP up. Boom. You view the services is up. Basically, we finished creating a layer 3 VPN with 2 sites. I'm just going to show Sam what it looks like so that you can see that it was created. So let's go to customer. I'm going to type Denis here. We find the customer Denis. There is a service there, and we go to properties. We're going to look at the service. Click on the service, properties, and we're going to do topology view. And as you can see, here's the topology of the VPLS. Let's zoom it up a bit so we can see a bit what's going on. So here's the VPLS here. And you can see it was created, the VPRN. Anyways, there you go. Now you can see there's 2 sites and there's actually 2 SAPs on it, P1, P2, and shows you the cloud, the IPMPLS cloud. If we go back to the portal, let me try and get a better resolution here, 50. That's better. Okay, so now we go here. What I want to show you now, I'll turn this down. Let's pick IPVPN. Let's go to purple. I'm just going to go back now and just turn one of those SAPs down so you can see the effect on the 5620 SAM. So function, update SAP. I can probably delete the SAP. If I delete the SAP, now the other site has been gone. So I'm not basically deleting the services from the 5620 SAM. Return to service page, purple. I'm basically undoing what I just did there, creating the VPRN. When you delete the layer 3 interface, it actually deletes the VPN. Go to SAP and we'll go function delete, and you'll notice everything's disappearing in the 5620 SAM here. The service is actually gone. Anyways, this is just a quick demo to show you how fast it is to create a layer 3 VPN, and then from the service portal with all the customer rules in it. Thank you very much.